It's a gorgeous night in Philadelphia, and we welcome you to the sold-out Wachovia Center for an important Eastern Conference game. As the top seed in the East, the Miami Heat takes on the NBA's leading scorer, Allen Iverson, and the Philadelphia 76ers. With Doug Collins and Hall of Famer Cheryl Miller, this is Kevin Harlan. A pleasant good evening from Philadelphia. Let's take a look at our opening lineups, brought to you by McDonald's. Eddie Jones, Udonis Haslem, Shaq with Damon Jones and Dwyane Wade, Kyle Korver, Chris Webber, Samuel Dalembert, Andre Iguodala, along with Allen Iverson. And one of the matchups you're going to be watching tonight, Doug, Shaq against the newest member of the Philadelphia 76ers, Chris Webber. Officials tonight, Bennett Salvatore, Mark Wunderlich, and Robbie Robinson. And outside, this is Wade, who is coming off a couple of so-so games, 2 consecutive losses for Miami coming into tonight.
Him as well. These are great fans. I played here. They love their basketball.
They loved Doug Collins. Another hit for Wade from outside.
We must win for them now. Obviously, if they don't win right now, they're on their heels. This is their home. And Jones, normally a three-point shooter.
Wade with a nice fake on Iverson and Webber, and rejected by Dalembert and picked up by Iguodala. Allen Iverson.
Again, block shots, forced turnovers.
Philadelphia comes the other way with a 44% shooting mark so far in the first portion of this game. Iverson winds his way in for 2.
How? How did he do that?
Dwyane continues to take the place as Shaq as Iverson had it. He's got 6 and now has 8, and that is a game-high 8 for Allen Iverson.
Brunson playing for John Chaney.
A 3 by Iverson. And Allen Iverson takes the most shots from the field of any player in the NBA, who has scored the last 9 points for the Philadelphia 76ers. There are no fouls to give either way. Korver for 3.
Korver does a great job finding the open area.
A guy that goes to the free throw line as much as any for Mavericks.
Well, congratulations to Eddie Jordan and the Washington Wizards last night to win. They got into the playoffs to get himself back in the swing of things, Kevin.
Dalembert picked up his 2nd personal foul for the 76ers. Iguodala for 3. Injury, and came back on Tuesday against the Boston Celtics and struggled 3 of 10 from the floor. Iguodala with a 3.
Well, if he's going to make that shot, he'll be an all-star.
Dueling is on Iverson. Chris Webber.
That's his game. Catch and shoot. In rhythm. He's a terrific mid-range jump shooter now.
He takes a lot of punishment, but you know what? Team's been dishing it out on Wade, too. He's faced much more physicality since going inside, although that time he knifes his way for an 8. We've had a lead change and 3 ties. Sixers have led by 7. Miami has led by as many as 12. Iverson to Jackson. Nice pass by AI.
Well, you can see what Iverson, he just took 2 guys with him and no weak side rotation. Played a lot of close games. So come playoff time where free throw shooting becomes vital late in games when games are on the line.
Well, ask Ben Wallace at Detroit. He has the word. Here's Wade. Look how quick Wade is. Oh, what a spectacular play by Dwyane Wade. A foul on Kyle Korver of Philadelphia.
Well, he had to be in the restricted area because he was there in time. So we'll have to take a look at this. But this is the fearlessness I talked about with Dwyane Wade. This is why he picks up offensive fouls. Look, his right heel was on the restricted line. So that is a good call. You're going to see, well, he takes a step back, so it's hard to see when the contact occurred. Did the contact drive his foot over the back of the line, or was it there before the contact occurred?
Here is Wade. Who is number 3. We're talking about free throws attempted. He is number 3 in the NBA in free throws attempted, a 76% free throw shooter. And he is, I think you're working with Julia Childs here. So there comes Wade. Iguodala is defending. A nice shot by Dwyane Wade. Korver and a 4-on-2. Wade, Damon Jones. This is a 3, and that is good.
See the separation that good teams get at the end of quarters. I'm telling you, Kevin, I used to preach that anytime I coach, guys, finish the quarter strong. This is when teams are going to make a push. I know it sounds like a broken record, but it's when good teams win games.
Iverson gets the screen and banks home a long shot with 4 seconds to play in the first half. And what an interesting first half this has been, as Jones will loft one and try to beat the buzzer. Good if it goes, and it does! A three by Damon Jones of the Miami Heat.
We're going to have to review this because it'll be triple zeros on the clock. But Iverson hits a shot with 4 seconds to go. Let's watch to see if he got it off in time.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. 0.2 of a second when he lets it go. That shot will count. And a 9-point Miami Heat lead with a very strong finish.
So Philadelphia led by 7. Previous to that, Cheryl, it was a 12-point lead by Miami. Now the Heat back on top, 61-52. Let's send it to you.
Well, Dwyane, certainly you guys were able to get off to a quick start, but Philly obviously able to climb back into it. Talk about the defense in the second quarter.
The defense in the second quarter was very important for us. We came out early sticking defense, and then, this is a team that's fighting for their playoff lives, so they came back at us. But, we came out the huddle and said that's all we got to do is get stops, get the ball out, and get some easy baskets.
Obviously this is Shaq's first game back, 14 minutes in the first half. How did you think the big fella played?
He did good. He ain't trying to do too much. He told us coming in, everybody else to get into a flow, he'll get here. So that's what we're trying to do, swing the ball around, let everybody touch it.
All right, thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you, sir.
All right, EJ, Miami Heat shifting it into another gear. Let's send it back to you in our Atlanta studio.
And Wade again slipping on that floor.
I don't know if his shoes are slick, but he is not getting good traction tonight.
Oh, what a
I'll
play
take that back.
by Dwyane Wade.
He's getting great traction tonight.
He's got a game-high 19 points. Triggers to Iverson.
Keep your eye on Korver in these situations. Iverson loves to find him. This time he gets in the paint himself and scores.
Get away. 2-on-1 with Iverson. Korver inside. Another great pass by Iverson.
There's at the MVP. 56 wins. This year they only have 39. Shaq. These teams are all winning upwards of 55, maybe 60 games. And that's really what you start judging the MVP voting on, unfortunately, for Iverson.
Well, Iverson knocking in a 3. He's got 21.
Matumbo's been playing for Houston. There's another guy.
Plus, he's been great in the locker room. Jackson. That is Mark Jackson.
They're a much better defensive team this year. They are playing great basketball. And Denver, don't count them out as being the 3rd seed right now. Seattle limping in.
And Iverson the other way. Sizable Miami rebounding advantage of 10. Gallinberg.
Well, that's what you got to do. Catch the ball. Don't get cute with it. Go up and power it in for him.
Well, Mark Jackson and Zoe really getting physical. Here's Wade in the lane, flying for 2. Wade is picked up by McKee. And spoon feeds Haslam for a pretty play by the Miami Heat.
To perfection at 0.6 on the clock. Philadelphia cannot get a shot. Excellent way to go in to end the third quarter. You execute, you get a score, you're up 4. Miami's got to feel good as they go into the 4th period. That's why they were so happy at the end of the third quarter. 46-2, their only losses to the Clippers and Bulls on the road, both of those games in overtime. Shaq rested 5 minutes and 19 seconds. Here's a quick release again by Korver to make it a 1-point game, but some games, and then they won like 4 straight. So he had the ball the entire game, and guys played off of him. And so obviously this is a team that has won big. There's another turnover after they forced a missed shot.
Weber turns it over, and there's 2 the result. And that's a big 2 for Miami, now up by 3.
And they're only down 3. Miami's shooting almost 53%.
Iverson for 3. That's another 3 ball for Philadelphia. They've gone 9 of 18 shooting. He takes a lot of attempts, as we talked about before, tomorrow night.
For the 76ers, and go, guys, it's right here for us. Are we going to take it?
Go to number 7. There's a nice shot by Mark Jackson. Wade around the Alonzo Mourning screen. Wade continues to fight, and he puts it in. Korver, Iverson, Weber, and Iguodala in there. There's a cross-the-lane move by Allen Iverson, who continues to just go all over the floor with the double-double tonight. 28 points and 11 assists. And Philly by 1. 28 by Wade, who's got the ball right now. Zoe is in for Shaq. Dwyane Wade, 30, and Miami. And Iverson plows. Weber, big shot.
These fans want to cheer for him, Kevin. I'm telling you, they want to cheer. You see Allen Iverson looking at Weber. Going to take fouls around the basket. You cannot let Shaq lay the ball in the basket late in the game. You've got to give yourself up, and you've got to take fouls.
Shaq. Haslam and Dwyane Wade with 32 points and a 2-point Miami lead. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Wade, Iguodala defending. Oh, and Wade with a spectacular play.
And that was off
For the game.
about a 6-second differential. Philly gets a stop. They'll get it back to win the game.
Wade for the lead.
We saw that Dwyane Wade hit the game winner against New York early in the year. This guy hits big shots. Now the question is, does Philadelphia go for a 2 or maybe some penetration and look for a 3 to take the lead?
Iverson. Fouled as his shot almost dropped. So he'll go to the free throw line, and there he is, 5 of 5.
You're that wide open, and then Miami loves this play under pressure. A little step-up screen on the baseline for Wade, and then Iverson follows it right back and throws himself in traffic, almost gets the shot to go. Makes the first.
Shooting a career high, 83% from the line this season. And Eddie Jones will inbound. And here is Wade. Iguodala, the rookie, defending. And this is for the win. We've got overtime.
That's a great job by Iguodala. Forced him to his left, stayed down on the shot, made him shoot a long jump shot. You couldn't have done a better job. The young rookie met the challenge, forced him to his left here. Now Wade likes to go left, but he likes to go all the way. He pulls back, contests the shot, gets a hand in the face, off right. And Philadelphia lives to play the overtime.
The best team in the Eastern Conference, the Miami Heat, on the road and taken to overtime by the 8th seed Philadelphia 76ers. And here's AI working on Damon Jones with Eddie Jones, Haslam, Shaq, and Wade. Alley-oop, and what a spectacular pass. Allen Iverson nails Iguodala, airborne off the baseline. Philly is shooting 42%, and Miami is shooting 50% from the floor. Wade with a great fake, and he's got 38. With the Shaq screen. And Eddie Jones for the tie. Picked up by Weber. And a lead to Iverson. Wade is coming, and the handoff goes to Iguodala. And the Philadelphia 76ers have a 4-point lead, their biggest since halftime, and a timeout taken by Miami.
And a great outlet pass by Chris Weber. He led Iverson perfectly, and Iverson did what you're supposed to do. He takes that ball to the front of the rim. This is Iguodala's dunk on the baseline. Dwyane Wade turns his back, but watch, he takes it, he gets 2 defenders up, and then he finds Iguodala running the floor. He finishes it. A 4-point lead for the 76ers, but they can't celebrate too soon. A lot of work to be done.
Doug, you said before the game, Allen Iverson had to have his fingerprints all over Philadelphia tonight.
Well, CSI would be investigating this building because he definitely does. I will tell you that they're everywhere. He's getting in the lane, passes over the shoulder, passes behind his back, getting in the air, finding the open man. 14 assists, only 2 turnovers. Spectacular plays. The energy, we saw him in the timeout, and this was a play that gave them a 2-point lead, but more importantly, it was a signature play that gave the team a lot of energy. 30 points, 14 assists, 5 rebounds.
Oh, and the inbound stolen by Allen Iverson. Korver for 3. Oh, what a shot, and what a steal. And Miami is down by their largest deficit, equaling the largest deficit tonight at 7 points. 33% shooting for the Philadelphia 76ers, and here comes Wade, a game-high 38, and to the rack for 2.
That guy is so explosive, getting in the lane.
A career-high 40 points tonight. Iverson, wide open lane.
You can see Shaq just too tired there to even get out and try to move his feet to get over.
Wade. 42. Jackson a screen. Iverson pick and roll with Mark Jackson.
So that's their money play. You know, people say, why did Mark Jackson take the last 2 shots against Boston the other night? And he says, Doug, we're going to have to use these games to get ourselves into a... They start on Saturday. They'll have one.
Trying to get this positive rhythm with Shaq back after missing the last 3 games.
You know what? When we're healthy, we're a team that won 21 straight games. We're a good team. They played that way in stretches tonight, but defensively, when they had to, they couldn't get any stops. Well, this guy's been fabulous.
He had a 3. 26. Iverson, 36 and 16 assists. And Wade with a career-high 48 with 6 seconds remaining when the tiebreaker gives it to Philadelphia.
I'll tell you, put Jimmy, get me in.
Just survived. Iverson with 38. And Damon Jones with 3. Rebound by Korver, and that'll do it in a big-time win for the Philadelphia 76ers. They score a season-high 126 in beating the top team in the Eastern Conference, Shaq and Miami, 126 to 119.